Hi guys and girls on YouTube, just a quick catch up here. As you know, I like making things and I've got a lot of projects in the pipeline, so I'll just show you a few of the things that are in the pipeline, and if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, because it's not a 5-minute job this, so a lot of these things aren't going to be ready tomorrow. But if you like what you see, subscribe, and in the future you'll see the finished project. Now the first thing I've got here, I actually saw this on eBay. I bid quite a lot of money for it because I knew what it was, but obviously nobody else knew what it was, because I got it for about £5–6 the starting price to win all the bids. It's actually a stereo FM radio, and it was designed by somebody I know. It appeared in Practical Electronics 1973. And it was designed by Steve Beeching, who used to write for the television magazine, same as I did. And it's spread over a few pages, and if you look at it there, that's a picture of the one in the magazine, and that's a picture of the one on eBay. I've actually started rebuilding it, and I'm also going to build some sort of amplifier to go with it. So that's the first project that'll be in the pipeline. Right, so next project in the pipeline, this time from Practical Electronics, July 1981. On the front page it's the PE Quasar AM FM tuner. Here I've got one. It's a brand new unbuilt kit. I bought this on eBay quite a few years ago. Although it's not a big job building it, the main problem is the printed circuit board is not drilled. You have to drill it yourself, so that's not going to be easy, because I don't have drills that drill very small. So that's another project in the pipeline. But this time from Radio Constructor, I've actually got this brand new set of panel dials. Now obviously you can make a very nice radio with these things. Yeah, so that's another thing you want to be looking out for. Next item in the pipeline, I'm working on an unusual amplifier. I've just knocked together a little prototype just to make sure everything works. Next project in the pipeline, which is going to be one of the quicker ones. I'm going to push this up to the list of things that want to do more urgently. I'm making an Audioworm power meter. So I've got a brand new instrument case there. I've got a 200 watt 8 ohm resistor. So look out for that one. That'll probably be coming up soon. And last but not least, I picked up this vintage radio. It must be more than 10 years ago now. It's been sitting on the shelf. I've done nothing with it. It's not what it appears to be. If you take a look at the front there, this cabinet has actually housed at one time a different radio, because you can see where the original knobs used to be. See where there's dirt around there? Well, there was a hole in there and somebody's filled these in, and they've actually fitted another radio into this cabinet. Now it's not just any old radio, it's something of some historical value. So I've got the chassis out, I've had a quick look at it. It's not a 5-minute job, so you're not going to see this in the too near, you're not going to see this very quick. But let's just turn it around and have a quick look. Right, so if you look in the back of the case there, you can see where the original holes have been filled in and some new ones are drilled. If we move around to the radio, now I know what you're thinking, it just looks like an old valve radio. Well, somebody's actually made this by hand. The chassis and everything's actually homemade. So I'll just give you a side view and then we'll just turn it underneath. Right, so that's the underneath view. If you take a look, all this chassis has been handmade. Somebody's taken the trouble to bend all these pieces and make the chassis. It's full of waxy paper capacitors, that's why it's not going to be a 5-minute job. If you look at the coil pack, that's actually been bought in. I don't know, it could be a Denko, it could be some other coil pack, but that's definitely a commercially bought in coil pack, and the rest of it's been handmade. Now if we take a look at the scale on the front, a quick look at the scale and you might think this has just come out of another old radio, but I've got a funny feeling it hasn't, and I see something on the side printed on the glass there, and it says Bros London Limited. Now I'm guessing if I undo this screw here, that's going to say under there Jackson Brothers, which used to make capacitors and coils and things for homemade radios back in the 1950s and 60s. So we'll just stop the camera, undo that screw and have a quick look underneath. Just before we move on, you can see the dial cord's actually made of string. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but I think that scale is not off an old radio. I think it's a commercially made one. So just give me a second while we stop the camera. So yeah, I was absolutely right. I'm not going to pull that. It looks like a piece of sticking plaster when you cut your finger. I'm not going to pull that off because it might pull the writing off, because it's actually stuck to the back as well. But it does say Jackson Brothers London Limited, so I was right. That scale's actually a commercially made one that's been bought. So I would imagine that the coil pack was made by Jackson as well. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in anything you see, subscribe to my channel, because these are all upcoming projects from the future. Alright, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.